Yo, what's good everybody? It's Aman back at it with another video, and I'm actually here today to show you how to link your Tradovate accounts with your TradingView. It's fairly simple overall, but there's a little bit of steps that you're going to need to actually make it configurable and ready to trade. And there's a couple reasons as to why you would do this, but the main one is that um, Tradovate, although it's a cool platform and it makes trading futures easily accessible, is not the most user-friendly and it can be a little bit intimidating when you sign up. But if you're used to trading or if you have experience trading, you might have an affinity towards a platform called TradingView. And TradingView is kind of like really the go-to charting software that a bunch of traders use. And so having an integration with TradingView and allowing you to uh, you know, confirm orders on there or just have all your indicators transferred over where you can actually access your brokerage account directly on TradingView. That's super duper useful and super duper um, advantageous for a lot of new traders. So I'm here to really break that down for you. And first things first, guys, of course, you're going to need two things. You're going to need a Tradovate account, and you're obviously going to need that TradingView account as well. So what's going to happen is first things first, let me take off the camera here and we'll get right sort of into the video. Okay, so first things first, we're going to need to, of course, have an activated Tradovate account. I was able to actually load some money in here for you guys, so we're actually going to be able to reference that dollar amount to what you're going to see on the brokerage, but then also figure out what it looks like to execute and place orders and also trade on TradingView. So first things first, we're going to need a Tradovate account. Once you sign up, start to log into your account and you're going to click live trading, and once you have a live account it's going to take you to this view, which is like very intimidating and not super duper friendly to look at. But what we're going to do is actually ignore all this nonsense and just take a look at my account here and also the equity here. I loaded up like $500 and I spent around $14 on plugins that you'll need for TradingView to be working. So I'll explain. So when you go into your settings, you can click application settings, and you can also click your add-ons, and you'll actually see that I actually have this trading view activated. And so what you'll need to do is click activate or click buy, and I'll show you here. I won't buy this, but what it's going to say is um, your TradingView add-on, you'll need to buy this for sure. And what's going to happen is you can actually add a credit card or you can pay with your actual brokerage account. I just use my brokerage account because it's really easy, but also I can also just trade and kind of maintain that uh, profit where I'm not worried about refreshing or resubscribing. It's kind of just taken out my account automatically. And so that's what I like to recommend to traders or people who are getting their feet wet. And also, when it comes to your subscriptions, you're also going to need another thing as well. You're going to need market data because you're going to need to sync your market data to whatever trading view is showing, right? And so in this case, you're going to actually need to pay for this market data. What I've done is I've actually only bought CME because it allows me to trade those indices futures. You can buy more. Don't you know what I'm saying? You have a chance to buy all these products here. I only needed CME, so I subscribed to that only. With these two, with the add-on here and the subscription here, you're able to then now open your trading view. Now, keep in mind, when you do all this, every time it's going to ask you to log out. So you can go in your account, log out, and log back in again. So every time you um, sort of update a subscription or update um, an add-on or an integration, then you're going to have to log back out and log back in again for Tradovate. I didn't need to do it there. I'm just showing you. That's what it's going to tell you. So just to keep in mind. Now, first things first for you guys, it's going to be a little bit different experience, okay? So what you'll notice is that my tickers here, we're able to find all the tickers that are listed on TradingView, and of course they go as far as futures, forex, cryptos, indices, all that good stuff, right? So in this case, what we're looking for is just any ticker for now. We'll just go on futures here. Yes. And what I want to point out is first things first, we're going to go down into the trading panel. We can actually expand it from the bottom here. And we'll notice a couple things, right? We have our trusted brokers. We have Webull in here. We got Tradovate in here. We got TradeStation. In this case, we want Tradovate. What's going to happen is I'm going to log into that same live account. And what's going to happen is either it's going to log in and connect and you're going to be good to trade, or what it's going to say is that you don't have the login. So that's why, or you don't have the integration. And so that's why I kind of prompted you to go through Tradovate first, because it's going to warn you here. So make sure you have that integration. Then what you can do is click connect. And now you'll see that same account here with that same balance is actually on my screen. So now the question comes to be, well, what can I trade? Where can I trade? Well, what you can do is now, since you have it integrated, you can actually go in your ticker sections here, and you'll notice that when I described all the assets and instruments on this view, you'll understand that there's actually now a Tradovate view. So now it shows me all the instruments you can actually trade on Tradovate. Now, granted, I actually don't have money, or not money. I don't have the subscription to get that real-time data for all of them. I only took CME, if I remember correctly. So in this case, it got my indices futures for $4 a month. That's really all I need to get my feet wet. So in this case, I might go to the micros. Okay, so I might go to the micro contracts and start trading the micros here. This is micro NASDAQ, so I might go to look for a micro ES. So let's just look at micro uh, E-mini. Okay, yeah, so we got micro futures for SPX. And so why that's super cool and important is if you want to click trade, you can actually place a trade via the order panel. And so here's where the view and here's where like the integration becomes very convenient. So now I can start to bring up an order panel and I can start to gauge my trades live, which is like very, very convenient here. And you'll see that I did like a buy and a sell here. So I did like a real quick test just to see if it was working. It was. And so that's why you're getting this video here. Well, I'm here to show you that now you can start to calculate your risk, right? So if you look at the DOM on the right, I can say, well, I want 1 unit. 1 unit, 1 tick is worth $1.25, and 1 tick here is also worth $1.25. I have a take profit, I have a sell. Well, if I want to risk, let's say 3 units, you'll see that my risk increased by $3 every tick. Similarly, that's just micros. If I were to go to minis, um, which is just the more traditional futures, you'll see that the risk is a lot higher, and I'll show you why. The risk here is actually $12 rather than that 125. And so why that's important as well is you'll have to understand that Tradovate allows you to trade um, something called micro futures and also something called mini futures. Now, what's the difference is that micros is about 1/10 of the value of the mini. And so for us, it's really important as traders, or just really appealing as people who are new to this kind of world of futures, to get their feet wet and they don't have to risk that much. So if you take a look at Tradovate and if you take a look at their futures overview, I think they're able to show what they actually offer and what the initial margin is. And so in this case here, when it says day, it means all you need is $50 in the account to trade it. So in this case, they're giving us micro E-mini NASDAQ, E-S&P 500, only $15, and you need around 1,600 to swing or hold it long term. In this case, this is really nice barrier of entry. It's fairly low for day trading, especially if you're new. So I definitely would recommend sticking to the micros here. And of course, you can get into the E-minis as well. I wouldn't, just because the tickers are a lot larger, and um, the individual amount of each tick is larger as well once you start to scale up. Um, and so that's really what I wanted to point out. Um, yeah, I hope you got some value from the video, and happy trading. Um, you're able to, take a put an order in here and have it sort of show up on the chart, and you're also able to manipulate it as you please, right? So I can put a stop loss here, and I can also put a take profit, imaginary take profit at like 15 points higher, where, I'm saying, okay, I'm out if I'm up here. If it goes any lower than this, I'm out. So this is kind of the value I wanted to show here today. And remember, Tradovate's on the bottom of that panel. You're able to link your account here.